Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 3 on the step-by-step portrait. Here's a look at some of the products we are using in today's video. Right guys, the first thing we're going to do is test the brush. Right, I'm going to go with that. I can tweak it as we go along. So I'm literally, you can see the image at the side of the screen. So we're just going to go in and work a bit around this skull. Just see how this is performing. Now I'm going to do my own sort of shading on this and not follow too much of the reference, and just start to work it in. Just going to build it up light with this colour. Just get that on the back bubble. Go around and start putting some of these little dark edges in. Start toning it back. Probably going to get a bit of tip dry today because it's really warm in the studio, so you will suffer with it when it's warm. Just working it nice and light. working around, just sort of outlining where there's the darks. I'm just dropping these darks in. It's first sort of pass. Right, a little bit around here, just get a little bits in where we want them. A little bit of overspray on the finger, little drip from the shield, don't matter, we can get rid of that. A bit on this edge here. This back a bit. So I hope you're enjoying the UK weather. I've not enjoyed any of it. I've just been working and working and working. I've not been out in it. I've not been anywhere to enjoy it. I've just been stuck either inside working in it or outside working in it. So not really enjoyable. A little bit around there. Just shading in between the fingers, just going really light with this colour. The brush is really struggling today. Really is. Just up the pressure a bit. Let's give it a little bit more air. I'm just shading the sides of these fingers now, just a little bit more on these where we need the darks. We're going to go darker on this. This is like the first pass. I was working the skull in, but now I've sort of jumped over here now. Work around these fingers and where the ring is. A little bit around here. A bit down here. Just darken these creases out here. Set these up. Yeah, this paint is not flowing, and it is like water. Look at that. I think we've got a dirty nozzle. See, now I'm working up the face now. I'm looking at the darks thinking, yeah, we need to go a little bit more. And that's just by coming across from the darks on here. You start to tell. This definitely isn't spraying right today. I can tell. Right, I'm going to have a little pause, clean this brush. Right guys, I've sort of carried on, didn't hit record, but I can talk you through what I've done. I'm basically going in with the next sort of dark and just darkening bits out. It's definitely because it's really warm in here. The actual brush was had a little bit of dirt in it, not a lot, but it's performing a little bit better now. I'm just adding some little shadows in on the teeth, nothing major. some little dot textures here and there and little squiggles. Just going in light, and we'll just build these up. These are going to be some sort of hair strands coming down here, so I'm just going to put some in with some dagger strokes. Tinting around this knuckle. These are all dark round here, so we'll drop some of these in. Just working off the shield. Try and keep things as clean as you can. Just going to do this all loose and then tighten bits up as we go along. I'm going to add a bit of colour to this as well. I'm going to drop some colour in on the skull and things like that, and just do some darks and different skin colours. We'll drop some skin colour on a face, and just work it a little bit different than the original. See, this is hair coming across here, so I'm going to change this up and do my sort of texture and strands on this coming through. Got some darks in this corner. Grab another shield. Just going to work some darks in around here. These are just sort of dark lines, different tones of dark lines coming through. Like that, there's a little bit at this bottom bit. Grab another shield. We'll do this one loose and we'll sharpen it up. We'll do a little bit of shading over this as well. We'll darken this up. It's not on the image, but I'm going to do a little dark pass around here. As I always say, make it your own. Put your own little tweaks on it. So I've got that bit in. bring this a little bit dark around here. Like that. A little bit darker on these. Like that. Drop a few tones around there. We're going to work this little piece in here. We've got these tattoos as well to work in. Let's have a little look at this. These are just some really weird shapes. I'm just going to freehand this all in. Just do some patterns. Let's work a bit of dark around this. Just sort of looks like a little butterfly type pattern. I don't know what it's supposed to be on the image. We'll just work some tones in around there. Like that. Back on this side of the skull. Right, well, erase this pencil line out here, because that's in place. Any that I don't need, I'll just take out. Right, this tattoo looks really random as well. Just some very weird patterns in here. I'm just going to do this light. As we're going to put a flesh tone in. Soft edges on it. Some very weird patterns. There's a little tiny pattern in the inside of that piece I've just shaded in. I'm just going to drop that in with a Posca and tint over it. That'll do for the tattoo, nice and light. Nothing major there. Darken that up a bit. Do a darker band through here. Just darken up around these bits of the ring. Like that. As I say, we can sharpen some bits up in a minute. Not a problem. Like that. Right, I'll get rid of the black grey mix that's in here. Just going to mix a bit of that pink tone because we've got 2 of the fingernails to do. We'll drop them in now, and then we'll jump on to some colour, and we'll just give it a little bit of colour on this. So grab that, it's the FW red, but it's mixed out really washed out, so it comes through very light pink. And then we'll just tint over the top. Like that, we've got another nail here. I'm just going to drop that one in as well. Just light. And now we're going with the FW purple, the Wicked purple. Put a tone in on this nail. Nothing fancy. Drop some highlights in with a Posca on this. I'm going to do a little tint over this black one here. tint a bit more in the lips. Right, so that's that one. We've got that in. Now we're going to work some skin tones in. I've got some pre-mixed. I'm just going to go with the ones that I've got. See what it's like. I think that'll do. And we're just going to tint over this and warm it up. Like that, we'll start dropping some of this on the face as well. Just go around the face and just start to tint round it. Drop a bit of colour on it. Just make it your own. Oh, that'll do for that pass. Let's grab another one. Got another one here, we'll try this one. I think this one's a little bit darker. And just have a practice. This is what it's about. Just have a go at chucking a bit of colour at it and just backing off and tinting with a brush and giving it a go. Like that. Just going into the hairline with this. Just warm it up. Give that one a clean out, and I've got like a mustardy yellow colour. We'll drop a bit of that on the skull, then we're going to go back in, pop the darks out again. Drop a little bit of white in that. And then just going to tint this skull back. Drop a little bit of colour on it. Just drop a bit of that colour at the bottom of her neck. That'll do. Bit on there. A little bit on the side of that earring. What I'll do for that, give that a clean out. Now I'm going to go in with just black. Let's give this brush a clean. I'm flushing through with 2K thinners. People have been asking what you've been using for the inks. And I find if you get a little bit of 2K thinner and a cotton bud in your cup, just agitate it and then blast it through. It cleans it out quite well. So a little bit of colour on it. And now we can go back in with the black. And we'll just go in and just sharpen some bits up. Just go around and pop a few edges out. Just tone some bits back. Just darken a few bits out. Like that. Roll some more darks around here. Sharpen a few things up. Drop a few more textures in coming round. Darken a few bits. Run some of them over there. Just going in working the black. Bit more down here. Right, we've worked that black in. I'm just going to go in and start dropping some highlights in onto the bits that we need them on. Like these nails. Bits on the rings. Nothing fancy, just a little bit of highlight. These are just good practice panels, just to have a little play at. There's some little textures and things on the teeth with a Posca. We're going to go with some white in the airbrush in a minute and just pop a few more little bits out. Some little bits of that earring that come down. Just drop a few little bits on these. pop these out a bit. Just go back in there and just pop the highlights where you want them. Got some strands coming across. Like that. Just nip over the tops of them if you're not happy with them. Just darken round them. You can sink them strands back. Like that. Right. Use this black up that's in the brush. Darken some of this out. Give that a clean. I wonder if I'm the only one that does this, or do you do this? You wear like decent clothes and then you ruin them in a second by spilling paint all down your trousers. That's another pair ruined. Do it every time. And airbrushes never have decent clothes. They've always got paint over them. Pull some of this white through. Let's get this cleaned out. This brush is still a bit dirty. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of white and just pop some bits out on this. Not too heavy, just a little bit. This is a very washed out white. Just brighten the bits of hair up coming down. And I'll go back in with the black in a minute and just tone in between them. Back in with the black. shield. Darken some bits off again. Sharpen bits up. Go around sharpening some little bits off. Nearly there. You just keep working it like that, just keep going in, using the shield where you want to sharpen something up, just to make the edge pop out a bit. Like that. Just instantly go in and sharpen an edge, just to make it pop. Really easy. Well, that's that in. I'm just going to go a little bit. Keep working it around. Just darken that tattoo out a bit on the edges. I think we're about there. Back in with the Posca. Just pop a few more little bits. Couple of hairstyles coming down like that. A bit more on the ring. A few little dots on the skull. Blend them in. Like that. Let's have a look, see if there's any more highlights. Just have a little check. I'm adding plenty. The eye. That's the beauty of the Posca. You can just put an highlight in and then just blend it. Like that. We're not far off. We'll do it that, I think. I'm going to go with that. Yeah. These have got a white highlight coming down. Like that. And now we'll just brighten this up slightly by erasing. It will take it off. Just enough. I think that'll do. I'm going to go with that, I think. Just get rid of any, put a little bit of texture in there with the eraser. there. Any unwanted ones you don't want, just take them out. I'll have a little demask. Probably going to pull it, which it did. You'll get that. This is masking tape's been sitting on this for quite some time, so it will. See it, pull it. What we'll do now is we'll just trim, slice that back, chop them two rough bits off, and we've got the centre section done. There you go, guys. What I did was off camera is basically I trimmed right up, took 5mm off the bottom and 5mm off the top, trimmed the sides down where that paper had pulled that you've seen, cut another piece of paper on the A3, double-sided sticky tape, and then just mounted her so you've got a nice little 5mm border all the way around, and that just makes the picture pop forward with that bright border. Nice and simple. So we got it finished in the end. Nice practice piece to do. That was the original in like the grey sort of scale with just the pinks. And I went in with a flesh tone, just dropped a couple of flesh tones on it, a little bit of colour on the skull, added a few of the little tweaks, and just make it your own. And that's what you've got to do. You've not got to mirror match everybody else's artwork. You can use someone else's artwork as inspiration and a base to go off, and then you can just add a little bit of colour and just tweak it and make it your own. So they're good practice panels to do, pieces, like the tattoo style artwork images. They're nice ones to go on because you've got a nice little bit of realism in there, but you've got that nice sort of bold look with it as well, and that's what I like. Them like sort of dark tones, and then dropping the colour in on this just sort of gave it a little bit more warmth, and that's what I wanted to do. So a nice piece to do. So I hope you've enjoyed it, learned a little bit along the way. Don't forget, if you are liking this content, just click that subscribe. It's free, it's not going to cost you anything. Press the notification so you don't miss out on the next up and coming video, because there's plenty of coming up, guys. And drop your comments, tell me your thoughts, and I will see you lot in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.